Who remembers the way the shores of Lemuria glittered with the foam of the sea? Who can recall the processions of mighty Volusia? Who can testify to the breaking of the binds of Acheron? Who can tell of the time when the Hybori marched south and darkness fled before them? Only the gods. Only the gods who watch us and play with our lives. Only the gods know the how of history's shaping and plot the why. We mere mortal men and women look upon the effigies of those mighty ones with reverence, awe, and dread. For we have learned that it is a foolish thing, even if the god be of a merciful or noble bent, to attract the attention of the immortals. Too carelessly we use the name of the gods. We place our words in their mouths with no sense of shame. And priests strut upon the pulpit and demand we believe that they, and they alone, hold the secret to bribing the immortal host. In Zamora, all live within the machinations of Zath's weaving. But there are also shadows from foreign faiths that creep between Zath's strands. In Arjun, Zath is given his due, but not from love. Those of Arjun are pragmatic and appease the spider, but they adore the laughing one. A daring and quick-witted son of Shem, Bel, the god of thieves, is the true patron of the residents of Arjun. Zath and his temple merely pay the rent. Scholars differ on whether the god of daring was once ever mortal, though his tales certainly seem to indicate it to be so. Bel is admired for his slyness and cunning, the envy of every conman, artist, and grifter. Bel is adored for his deftness, the desire of every thief, cutpurse, and burglar. Bel is admired for his grit and speed, the tools of every footpad and ruffian. And Bel is venerated for his silence and foresight, the goal and trade of every assassin and mafioso. But above all this, Bel is worshipped for his granting of luck, the purchase price of all who engage in criminal enterprises. Thieves, ever quick to pluck the pockets of priests and temples, tithe devotedly to Bel that he might smile upon them. But in Arjun, by the decree of the temple of Zath and the king of Zamora, it is against the law for any temple of thievery to be built, nor for the worship of Bel to be openly displayed. But concerns about legality have never been a priority amongst thieves. So in hidden corners of the mall one can find shrines to Bel, usually a simple smile carved into an alcove and the Shemitish letters of his name. Yet religious fervor, born of the desperation to bribe fate, must be served with peer support. So in basements and hidden rooms, one can find larger shrines to the daring one. The apartments needed and the arrangements required to find such a hidden temple are complex and often counterproductive. They involve sign, countersign, knocks, and other tricks of the thief trade, and it can be difficult for a working man or woman to find a temple when they need it to bribe the god before they take their hands into the field. It's always advisable to give Bel coin before you pluck somebody else's. This is what has inspired two daring people to set up their own Temple of Bel, and true to the spirit of the god of thievery, they have done so with no one's permission, priestly investiture, or any ordination by the god's official cult. We should admire them for their daring, for to steal from the god of thieves is a task requiring such moxie and chutzpah that wiser men would abandon the lucrative enterprise. Whom knows? What agents might the god of thieves send to rectify this matter? Perhaps a Cimmerian wandering the world seeking adventure, a Vaniyar seeking a place to ply her sword, a son and daughter of Zamora concerned for their fellows, and some Turanians who are far from home? Surely not.